we're 1 Peter 4:11. We're talking about relationships. And today, the thing about relationships we're talking about is words. The words we use in our relationships with each other, with God. So that's what it's going to be. It's 1 Peter 4:11. Listen to this verse. It's amazing to me. If anyone speaks, they should do so as one who speaks the very words of God. I want that to soak in while I talk a little biology here. I'm a teacher, by the way. So first of all, biology lesson. Have you heard the tongue is the strongest muscle in the body? I have too. That is not true. The quads are. And I can prove that if I asked one of you to come up here and do 30 squats right now, you'd probably be sore by the end or maybe couldn't do it. But you can talk all day long. Some of you more than others. I'm going to read our verse again today. If anyone speaks, do so as one who speaks the very words of God. So when you talk, when you text, when you snap, remember who you represent. You're God's kids. You represent Him. Now, whether you want that or not, you do. I know you know this, but words matter. They matter so much more than you think. You look back to the beginning of this world, you know how it came to be? God spoke, and it came to be. Then you look at Jesus. He used words to heal. He used words to forgive. He used words to challenge. Words matter. And I don't think we're purposeful or intentional with our words. We just verbally vomit all day long. Jesus' words always add value. Like, do you realize this? Again, you are sons and daughters of the King. You're princes and princesses. You always wanted to be when you grew up, didn't you? You are. Your dad's the king, and that's awesome. But the problem is you got to understand that you're loved, and because you're princes and princesses, you have tremendous value. So because of that, you need to add value to people with your words. You're God's kids. You don't get to mock things and people that God created. Speak the words of God, like you're using the words of God. So that begs the question, what are the words of God? Well, the first thing, to speak the words of God, you need to know the words of God. So it actually means you need to read the Bible. Jesus' words are never crass, and he never takes his name in vain. I mean, we've lost respect for the name of God. I even heard that sometimes when people use God's name in vain. In the Old Testament, they made up a name for God so they wouldn't accidentally say God's name. They were so revering of that name, of the name of God. Jesus' words are challenging. Jesus challenged his disciples all the time. Feed my sheep, go in the world, be difference makers. When was the last time you used words to challenge your friends? In a good way. Challenge them to do something good instead of just like intentional words. I love challenging people. I became a leader because people challenged me when I was young. Jesus' words are always encouraging. And this one just blows my mind how we can't do this sometimes. Because there's not a person in here. If I walk down the road, do you like being encouraged? Yes. Do you? Who doesn't? We all do. Then why don't we do it more often? So let's do better these last 2 months of school. It takes intentionality and practice. Like I said, the tongue is a muscle. It doesn't get better on its own. You need to work at it. And it's better when you do it as a group. So my first challenge is you need to read the Bible. And you just need to do it. It's hard at first. It's difficult. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. You just need to prioritize it and do it. But the biggest thing is to look at how Jesus spoke. Jesus is not afraid to call out sin, but he does it in a loving way. So my challenge to you a little bit is, can you tell your friends and talk to them in a way that says, stop. We're not going to talk like that.